guys. Hi everyone. Hey guys. You have no money or what? But this is the real deal. Okay, so during this quarantine, I thought it would be a good idea to occupy myself by cooking, which I've been doing a lot of, and I think it'd be cool to record it and basically do kind of, the goal here is to do like a cooking for non-cook, or like a chefing for non-chefs slash a baking for non-bakers kind of vibe. We today are going to make dumplings slash pot stickers slash wontons, and I've looked up a little bit of what the difference between them is, and basically it's like different thickness of doughs, which I could kind of explain later, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We have these things that are basically like little molds to put the dough in, and then we can fold them. This is like what people do in their makeup things. So we have the dumpling mold, 327. All right, so we're gonna start by adding 2 cups of flour. Oh, this one isn't open. And we're back with also not. So we're back. I can't remember the last time I did that. 2 cups of flour that we're going to put in this beautifully large bowl. Ooh, hold on. That's like a little bit. That's like 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of salt. It's a lot of salt. Oh shoot. It definitely said 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, we can fix this. I mean, if it's a little salty, that's fine, I feel like. So, now that we know how to read directions, we're going to continue on. We're going to slowly pour in our boiling water. So, only need 3/4 cup, and I put in a whole cup, but because it was boiling, we're going to just assume that 1/4 evaporated. I'm going to add more boiling water to the mix.
It said the video recording had been stopped automatically.
What?
Y'all, I wanted to mention that this dough only requires 3 ingredients, flour, salt, and water, which is dope. As you can see, I'm having fun with it, but let's be honest, we're off to a rough start slash middle. This is the easiest dough I've ever made, and I've managed to mess it up a couple times. So my perhaps unsolicited advice to the non-experienced chef is to ensure you have all your ingredients and read directions.
So it's been, actually, yeah, it's been like an hour and 10 minutes-ish. And you can see the bowl is a little steamy. So we don't have like yeast or anything in this, so it's not going to raise. That's not what we were expecting. Not quite sure what we were expecting, but you know, I'm just out here trying to follow directions. We're going to work on our fillings. I'm going to put this out again. So we're using onion that I already pre-chopped, and they're in this little Star Wars plastic baggie. We're also going to use this great value chopped spinach. In these times, frozen vegetables will keep long, and that's what you need to do. Also, we didn't have most of the ingredients that I thought I was going to use originally, so we have to make sure. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, wash the chicken, I'll chop it, and then because we don't have a meat grinder here, we are going to use a food processor to grind our chicken, and we'll see how that goes. So, I got a lot of seasonings because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do yet, but I'm thinking We have garlic, so I definitely want to enhance that flavor with a little bit of garlic powder.
As I said earlier, rule number 1, read the directions. Rule number 2, make sure you have all the ingredients. And rule number 3 is don't hold back on the seasonings. I didn't think I did. Turns out there weren't enough. What you won't see in this video is the fact that I made another batch the next day that had triple the salt.
But there's a lot of salt in there. So, you know, MSG is like, I think, a part of wontons and dumplings and stuff. You should expect it. And then peppercorn medley.
As I said, little did I know there was absolutely not enough salt or monosodium glutamate, which is known as MSG. It's generally classified as safe, but remains controversial. You can see here that I'm grinding the meat, and I'll do a couple rounds of this, but you just want to make sure it gets thin enough to use and mix.
All right, so now we're gonna put some onion. Next, we're gonna put in the garlic things. When coming out. Ooh. Oh. Some spinach. Anyway, I think this is pretty good, right? I have to find a rolling pin. Thank you. Okay, that's like really moist, so that definitely was something. We have both of the befores, and we're finally almost there.
I was in the 212, I'm the uptown, and you know what's up or don't you? Word of who made ya? I'm a Rube. What are you made up of? I'ma eat your food up, boo. I could bust your.
Rolled out all of our dough, and I cut out circles that would fit this mold. These are just a bunch of those. The goal was to get them like pretty thin.
FYI, I cut out the circles using the open end of a funnel, and then I also tried using a glass. Both ways work. You just put the dough inside of the mold and then lay the filling in there and clamp it. It's super easy. It came out really well. There's a little bit of excess and you can just cut that off, but I was really excited with it. I also wanted to show you guys how to make them without the mold. If you don't have that at home, basically you do the same thing but put water on the edges so it stays sealed, and then you get a fork and you press in just to, I guess, extra seal it. But I personally like the way this one looks a little bit better. It's a little rough around the edges, but they're both cute. I just wanted to show you all the different options, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest and then come back
When it's time to put everything in the pot. Okay, so they are definitely cooking. Ow!
Rule number 4 is if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. This applies to discussions, the actual temperature of the environment, or any other injuries you may incur while in the vicinity. You can see that I've put all of the dumplings in the pot. I used a teaspoon of olive oil just to brown each of the sides, and then I added in a 1/3 cup of chicken broth or stock. This adds flavor, helps to steam the dumplings so the meat is cooked all the way through. You can see that my first batch was a little bit overdone, but that's okay. I like a little bit of crisp.
All right, guys, so this is our finished product. I think overall they're pretty good. The consensus is that the dough was a little thick. I got tired when I was rolling out. Okay, it's pretty good. Sorry, it's really hot. I know I just dropped it on the counter. Everyone was complaining about how long it was taking, but it's good. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'm gonna have a video once a week, but my producer is saying maybe not, but I'd like to. Like I said, a little overcooked, some of them, but I like texture and crisp, but yeah. So thanks for watching.
I just said, get any in. I just said, get any in. I was in the 212, I'm the uptown, and you know what's up or don't you? Word of who made ya? I'm a Rube. What are you made up of? I'ma eat your food up, boo. I could bust your 8. I'ma do